Sarah, sorry about last night. I must have been really annoying. I hope I didn't cause any problems for you. Sorry. Oh, good morning, Gabrielle. Don't worry about it. I haven't drank in a long time, so honestly don't remember much about last night. How are you feeling? You drank a lot too, didn't you? Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Just got a little headache. I'm not surprised. Try to take it easy today. Thanks, I will. I guess I mentioned last night that I wanted to get married, huh? Oh, it really sucks that my boyfriend and I just broke up. Oh, sorry. Here I am changing the subject to that again, just like last night. Don't worry. If talking about it makes you feel better, I'm happy to listen. Besides, it's not something you can just forget about in a few days or just one night of drinking. Just try not to think too much about it, okay? Okay. Thanks again. I'm really glad you came out with me and the others last night. It made me feel a little better to get out with you and talk about it. Sorry for grabbing you as you were leaving work and dragging you out drinking with me. Honestly, I was a little surprised that you came along. Well, you were basically crying as you were inviting me out. How could I say no? Yeah, I know. Oh, my boyfriend had just broken up with me via text messages as I was leaving work, and you were the first person I saw. I'm sorry the reason we went out drinking together was such a sad one, but I had a great time last night. You don't really go out drinking with other people from work, do you? I was worried maybe you weren't getting along well with the other people or something. No, everyone is really nice and they always help me out if I need it. I'm just kind of a shut-in. I don't usually hang out with a lot of people, sorry. Oh, I see, so that's it. We go out drinking a lot. It's kind of like our hobby. Feel free to join us anytime. You've had a good time though, right? So you'll probably come out with us again sometime, right? Yeah, of course. But I'm not gonna go out drinking with you guys if we have work the next day. I know you guys drink on weeknights sometimes too. Oh yeah, that sucks. I was gonna invite you to come out with us again Monday night. I'll have to pass on that. I was just kidding. Thanks again. I'll talk to you next week at work. Okay, enjoy your weekend. Don't drink too much. Gabrielle, are you free right now? Can I ask you something? What is it? Did I do something to you? I thought we were really hitting it off together before, but this week you seem to be avoiding me at work and you're quite short with me if we do speak. But when you talk to everyone else, you seem as nice as ever. I heard you're getting married, huh? Well, yeah. Why didn't you tell me? Well, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell everyone. We're not having a big wedding, so I can't really invite anyone. I was gonna tell everyone at work after the wedding was over. Is that the only reason? Well, I know you said you wanted to get married and you recently broke up with your boyfriend. I didn't want to tell you I was getting married. I didn't want you to think I was trying to rub it in or something. And? Well, I just thought it would be hard for you to hear. That's why I didn't tell you. I'm sorry if I upset you by not telling you. That's not the reason now, is it? What do you mean? You didn't want to tell me because you stole my boyfriend, didn't you? That's why you kept it quiet. You stole your coworker's man and you're marrying him. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything like that. I know you stole my boyfriend. Stop trying to deny it. Just wait a minute. I didn't steal anyone's boyfriend. You're mistaken. I've been dating this guy for 5 years now. What? You've been with my boyfriend for 5 years? You're horrible. And you didn't care he started seeing me during that time. I'm not letting you have Cameron. That's right. Cameron was your boyfriend, right? The man I'm marrying is named Hunter. So you're making a mistake. It's a totally different guy. Do you think you can fool me that easily? I saw him with you. I have proof. You saw me with him. What are you talking about? What do you mean proof? I don't remember even meeting your boyfriend. Yeah, just keep playing dumb. When I showed you a picture of Cameron, you knew who he was. You mean that picture you showed me when you and I went out drinking a few weeks ago? Yeah, that one. You knew who he was, and you're gonna pretend that you haven't been seeing him these past few weeks. Look, I was drunk. If I said I recognized him, then maybe I recognized him from somewhere. But I didn't steal your man, and I'm certainly not marrying him. I don't remember what the guy in the picture you showed me even looked like. Maybe it was someone I've seen before, but I know it's not my fiancé. Oh, you're such a liar. Women like you disgust me. You act nice in front of everyone, and then you go and do things like this behind their backs. I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about. You're making a mistake here. Do you want me to send a picture of my fiancé? Oh, that wouldn't prove anything. You could be sending a pic of any random guy. It'd be so easy to fake it. I wouldn't do that. I'll never forgive you for what you did to me. I'm going to make sure I get Cameron back from you. Gabrielle, stop it. It was you who put the sign on my front door, wasn't it? I know it was you. So you finally noticed it. I put it on there last night. I think your neighbors deserve to know what kind of person lives next to them, don't you? If you did this to me, there's a good chance you'll steal someone else's man too, huh? Quit screwing around. Stop putting signs on my door like witch lives here, man stealer lives here, don't trust this scumbag. You wrote other nasty things I don't even want to write in this chat. This is slander, and I'm pretty sure it's illegal. What? Not if it's true. It's only slander if you say something that isn't true and it damages someone's reputation. Everything I said and wrote is based on truth. So maybe you should check a dictionary before you start throwing words around. I told you that's not true. How many times do I have to tell you before you'll believe me? Oh, how long are you going to do this before you finally admit stealing Cameron from me? And I know you've been showing off that wedding ring of yours to everyone at work. You're the worst. I don't know this Cameron person. You keep trying to say I stole from you. I've been trying to ignore all the stuff you've been saying behind my back at work, but I can't take this anymore. You're even sabotaging my work. I know you're deleting important data, altering reports I submit, and generally just trying to get me fired. You're not a little kid anymore. Stop this nonsense. What you did to me is worse than anything I've done to you. You have no right to complain about what I've done. You must be crazy to steal your coworker's boyfriend, marry him, and expect nothing to happen at work? Nothing I say gets through to you, does it? I'm not going to let you get away with this. I'll take you to court if I have to. If you think you can take me to court over this, feel free to do so. I was the one who had their boyfriend stolen. You haven't lost a thing. Taking me to court would only make you look bad. Is that so? Then I guess you won't mind if I do it. Are you on your way to your wedding now? Too bad I know where it is, huh? I don't think you'll be able to get married today. Huh? The place is a disaster area now. I feel so great. I cut your wedding dress to shreds, too. Who would be so stupid as to leave it there before their wedding? I told you we weren't having a big wedding ceremony. Our wedding is over anyway. What? What do you mean, what? No, what the heck do you mean? Today is your wedding ceremony. You're marrying Cameron today, right? Unfortunately for you, you were stupid enough to have it at the place I always dreamed of having my wedding. And I got here before anyone else today. I told you we weren't having a big ceremony. We don't want to waste tens of thousands of dollars on that, so we decided just to sign a wedding certificate. Hunter and I are already married. I've been wearing my wedding ring at work for a couple weeks now. Yeah, but you changed your mind, didn't you? You decided to have a ceremony after all and invite lots of people. You're still going on about this. You and Cameron broke up less than 2 months ago. Do you think he'd get married this quickly? Do you know how long it takes to plan a big wedding, send out invitations, and get everything booked and ready? Whose wedding did you ruin today? Huh? You're kidding. You're just bluffing. You just don't want me to enjoy my victory. I'm not lying. I'm already married, and I'm not having any wedding ceremony today. I'm sitting at home with my husband right now. In fact, we're packing today because we're moving to our new house soon. We just bought a new house. That's why we couldn't afford a big wedding ceremony as well. I don't know why you can't understand this. Think of it this way. Hunter and I eloped. Except we didn't run away and do it in secret or anything. Try to imagine it like that. That's what we did. No big ceremony. We went out and celebrated with our family afterwards at an expensive restaurant, but that's it. We're done. We're married. But then, Cameron said his wedding was today. Oh, really? Well, maybe it is. I don't know anything about that because I'm not marrying your boyfriend. But if he is getting married today, it sounds like he's been cheating on you for a while. You obviously misunderstood a lot of things. No, you were probably contacting him and seeing him in secret, and it's not impossible to have a wedding this quickly. Well, you said the ceremony was the place you always wanted to have your wedding, right? If it's that good of a place, it's probably a popular spot for weddings. Do you think it'd be easy to get a reservation for a popular spot like that so quickly? But I know you were seeing Cameron. I saw the two of you downtown holding hands, looking like you were in love. What? I've never done anything like that. I don't even know Cameron. I saw it with my own two eyes. And when exactly was that? Last month on the 11th. I'm checking my calendar. I did go out that day. I had a hair appointment, but that's it. I came home right after that. See, just as I thought. You went to the hair salon where Cameron works. You admitted it. Cameron works at a hair salon? But the person who does my hair is a woman. Wait, do you mean the guy who handed me my cell phone? Huh? Your cell phone? Yeah, I'd set my phone down when I was paying and I forgot to pick it up. I left the hair salon without it. After I went a short way down the street, a guy came rushing out of the hair salon telling me I forgot my phone. He handed it to me and I thanked him. Are you saying that guy was Cameron? If you saw me downtown, it would have had to have been that time. Other than for my hair appointments, I never go downtown. I hate the traffic. Oh, don't tell me such a bold-faced lie. When I asked Cameron, he told me that the two of you were seeing each other. Huh? We're not. I don't even remember that guy's face. He handed me my phone and that was it. So, are you saying Cameron was lying to me? That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know why he'd lie to you, but I'm not seeing Cameron and I never was. Then what about that wedding ring you were showing off? That's the exact one I told Cameron that I wanted. I got this from my husband. I don't know why it's the same as the one you wanted. This doesn't make sense. How could you get the same one I wanted? This is all your fault. You're wasting my time. What? You're the one misunderstanding everything and not bothering to verify any information. I've been trying to correct you this whole time. Did you not check the two last names on whatever wedding you're at right now? It's too early. Not everything is set up for the wedding yet. There's nothing out here that I could see that has the bride and groom's names on it. And why wouldn't you have told me to verify something like that way before now? Oh, I've told you so many times that I'm already married. I'm not having another ceremony. You're the one not listening to what I've been saying. This is all your fault for giving me the wrong impression. You're crazy. Anyway, I think you better apologize to whoever is having the wedding today. That place has got to have security cameras set up somewhere. Everyone's gonna know you did it. I'm not apologizing. This was just a mistake. This is all your fault. You need to come here and apologize to these people. I'm gonna go find Cameron. Hey, what time are you coming home? I'm waiting in front of your house right now. Huh? Did they release you? I hired a lawyer and we reached a settlement. I had to pay the couple liabilities and pay the owner for property damages. I didn't think you'd get let out of jail so quickly for obstruction of business and damaging property, but I guess you're lucky. And speaking of that, I haven't heard anything back from the lawsuit I filed against you yet. You got the papers, didn't you? So would you please hurry up and get in touch with my lawyer? More important than that, I'd like you to come to Cameron's parents' house with me, okay? I want you to explain to his parents what happened so they believe that what I did to the wedding was just a mistake. Pardon me? It seems like it was Cameron's sister that was having the wedding and not Cameron. I guess it was her wedding that I trashed the other day. Wow. Yeah, her family sued me for damages. But what's even worse than that now is that Cameron is really angry with me. He said since I ruined his sister's wedding, he never wants to see me again. Well, who wouldn't get angry because of that? But it all happened because of a simple misunderstanding. If you'll just explain that to him and his parents, I think he'll calm down and maybe I'll have a chance of getting back together with him. I'm really in a hurry about this, so get home as soon as possible. I'm not ever going back to that house you're waiting at. Yesterday, my husband and I moved out. What? Well, can you meet me at Cameron's parents' house then? Why would I go there? And why are you even talking to me about this? What do you mean? This is my chance to get back together with Cameron. Are you stupid? There's no way he's going to take you back. Why not? Why won't you help me with this? And why do you think he won't take me back? Huh? Use your head. You accused me of stealing your boyfriend and harassed me, so I'm not helping you. And you destroyed his sister's wedding, so why would he forgive you? Are you insane? I thought you would at least try to help me. I've got no reason to do that. Did you hit your head and come down with amnesia? I'm angry enough at you that I'm suing you right now. Think about that. Why would you think I'd help you with this? But we became good friends. We had a great time drinking together that night. And you know all about how much I love Cameron. Only because you wouldn't shut up about him that night. I completely forgot that guy at the hair salon even existed until you reminded me. I don't care about you or him one way or the other. So stop contacting me about this nonsense. Wait, if you're not gonna come, I'll never be able to talk to him about this. He'll never listen to me. Oh, God. Maybe you should stop thinking about yourself for once. I don't know Cameron at all, but he broke up with you for a reason, didn't he? It's obvious to me that he doesn't feel the same way about you as you do about him. You're wrong. I know he only did all this because he was seduced by that other woman. So there is another woman. Well, I think there is. I thought it was you. So I never looked into it any further. What? Well, I saw him and you together on the street that one day, so I just figured it was you. He even said it was you when I confronted him about it. But it was clear he was just lying to me then, too. He said he didn't want to be with me because I was too clingy. I can see that, and I wouldn't even say it's the worst part about you. And anyway, you caused a whole lot of trouble for me, so just leave me alone. I said I was sorry for the mistake. So please, come with me to Cameron's parents' house. I don't want your apology. Just hurry up and pay me my compensation money for all the slandering you did. And after you do that, don't ever come anywhere near me ever again. That's impossible. We work at the same company in the same department. And can we please stop talking about money for a little bit? I'm getting sued from a bunch of different directions right now. I don't care about any of that. And do you think you still work at that company? What are you talking about? You've been missing a lot of days without calling in. That alone is job abandonment. But your boss also knows what you've been out doing. He knows you were arrested too. How? I told my lawyer not to contact my company. I told them. Huh? Why are you surprised? I hate you enough that I'm suing you. I told them what you've been doing to me and that I'm taking you to court for it. That's all. And then they asked me if I knew why you might be missing work without calling in. What are you doing? I need to use all of my salary and my coming bonuses from this year to pay these lawsuits off. And you're saying I'm fired? What am I supposed to do? Not my problem. But I think instead of worrying about your ex-boyfriend so much, you should worry more about your job right now. I think the HR department has a lot they want to talk with you about. But if it's really over with Cameron and I, what am I gonna do? Hey, you've got to help me get things straightened out with my job. I'm too busy working overtime right now to help you. I'm doing all your extra work. And your relationship with your ex has nothing to do with me. If you're working late tonight, then let's go to his parents' house tomorrow. Please, if you help me, I'll figure out a way to thank you. A way to thank me? What could you possibly do? I can help you with your job, and I can be your friend like I was before. anytime you're in trouble, I'll make sure I'm there to help you. No thanks. If I needed help and you showed up, it'd just make things worse. What do you want me to do in order to get you to help me? I told you that I'm not helping you. You really are stupid, aren't you? You called me a man-stealer and a slut? I think you fit that description more than I do. I hope you spend the rest of your life looking for the person who stole Cameron from you, because I don't think such a person even exists. After that, Gabrielle had a long meeting with the HR department. It was decided that Gabrielle would voluntarily step down without any severance package, and she left the company. She had to move back in with her parents. All of her lawsuits put her into a massive debt, and since she didn't have a job anymore, her parents had to help her with the payments. I got paid the full amount from my lawsuit against her. After all was said and done, I don't know if Gabrielle was okay with money or if she still had a huge debt left over. I don't really care what her financial situation is. We all hope that she learned her lesson and will stop causing problems for everyone around her. But with her way of thinking, I doubt she'll ever change or learn her lesson. By the way, I went back to that hair salon for my next appointment and I asked about Cameron. I was told that he quit his job and no longer works there. The people at the salon knew what had happened to me with him and apologized to me on his behalf. They also didn't charge me for my visit that month. After everything I ended up getting out of this whole ordeal, I can safely say that it was worth it, at least for me. I asked the people at the hair salon more about Cameron, and they told me that he'd been having trouble with Gabrielle for a while. He'd been trying to dump her for a long time, but she wouldn't leave him alone. When she thought that I was his girlfriend, he instantly went along with it, hoping if she saw him with another woman, she'd finally leave him alone. I guess I can't blame him for trying to get away from her. I'm just glad that everyone she was causing problems for seemed to come out of the ordeal on top. Gabrielle was so focused on herself and what she wanted that she didn't care about the people around her. She wouldn't even try to verify any of the information I told her. I hope I never have to deal with someone like that ever again. On the plus side, with the compensation money I got from the lawsuit against her, my husband and I are using it to go on an amazing honeymoon together. We probably splurged a little bit too much, but it was free money, so oh well. We leave tomorrow and we couldn't be more excited. While we're living it up on our expensive honeymoon, we'll be sure to think about Gabrielle and how she made it all possible for us. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Alan? I just got back from the restroom, but I can't seem to find you or your mother anywhere. I thought that you would be waiting for me, but did you leave to look inside some shops or something? I'm sorry for making you wait.
Hey, Sophia. You're finally done. It took you long enough.
What do you mean? I was only in there for a few minutes.
Well, my mom and I got tired of waiting for you, so we decided to head to the next sightseeing spot without you. There's so much that we want to do, and we just couldn't bear to waste any more time waiting around.
What? Wait, so you're not here anymore?
That's right. You being in a wheelchair is a big inconvenience for us during our vacation. So we thought that it would be best if we just left you behind, so we can have a good time.
How could you?
Good luck managing to get around on your own.
Wait, you can't be serious. This isn't just any vacation. We're in France, a completely different country. And what about my bag? You said that you would hold on to it for me while I went to the bathroom. My wallet and return ticket are inside that.
So what? I told you that we're going to be going our separate ways for the rest of this trip. So what's the point in holding on to this ticket that you bought with us? We'll be doing our own thing. So you do what you want as well, okay?
What are you talking about? How am I supposed to get home without my return ticket or wallet?
Well, to be honest, I wouldn't really mind if you didn't come back home.
What? I don't understand.
I mean, think about it. Did you really think that I was serious about taking you on a vacation abroad in your wheelchair? Don't make me laugh.
What do you mean?
Are you really that clueless? Then let me spell it out for you. It's a big hassle always having to accommodate your needs. It really slows us down and limits where we can go. It's like your wheelchair always has to take priority in deciding what we can and can't do. I'm tired of feeling so tied down. I want to be able to move around freely and do things more spontaneously.
But that's not fair. It's not like I chose to be in this wheelchair. I'd like to be able to move around freely as well if I have the choice.
Oh, be quiet. Why do you always have to be so negative? It really bothers me that all you do is mope around.
That's a terrible thing to say.
Whatever. Besides, you always brag about how you can speak French, so you'll have no problem figuring things out, right? So, that's it for now, I guess. It would be too big of a burden trying to get around with you in the huge wheelchair, so my mom and I decided that this was the best arrangement for everyone. We'll finally be able to enjoy our vacation, and you'll be free to do what you want as well. Oh, but I'll gladly hold on to your wallet for you. And everything inside of it, too.
How dare you!
Wow. There's much more than I thought you would have inside. You always did make good money, if anything else. Looks like my mom and I will be splurging on some good wine tonight.
Stop it! Just come back already! Please, I'm begging you!
No way. Oh, and one last thing. All the details I gave you about where we'll be staying tonight, it's all fake.
What?
Oh wait, it looks like we're already here, so I'm gonna go now. Mom and I are so excited to spend the next 2 weeks traveling around Europe. We'll get to see so much now that we don't have to worry about wheelchair accessibility.
Alan, you can't be serious!
Of course I'm serious. I hope you adjust to living in a foreign country soon. On your own.
Hello, Linda? Are you with Alan right now?
Yes, he's standing right next to me, as a matter of fact. Is there some sort of problem?
Oh, so I suppose you're aware of the situation right now. And you agree with what he's done?
Of course! Besides, this was all my idea in the first place. I was the one who suggested we take this vacation with you, but with the intention of leaving you behind.
What?
It's really just a shame. I only agreed to this marriage because you graduated at the top of your class from such an elite school. I expected you to make something of yourself, but instead, you just ended up in this wheelchair. Is this some sort of punishment for our family? And the way things turned out, I can't even count on you to take care of me in my old age. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to take care of you now that you're a cripple. This was definitely not part of my plan.
But there's nothing I can do about my situation. You know very well the reason why I'm in this wheelchair now in the first place.
That's enough. The way I see it, you're a good-for-nothing wife to my son, keeping him from living the life that he wants because of your condition. So just stop it with your nonsense excuses already. All of your complaining is just gonna ruin this trip for me and my son. How are we supposed to enjoy anything with all of your negativity?
By the way, how are you and Alan even planning to get around without speaking a single word of French? I was doing all the translating and communicating until now, but the two of you are on your own now.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem at all. We just met this very kind gentleman, and he offered to act as our translator and guide for such a cheap price. He's quite handsome, too, if I might add.
What?
So don't worry about us. We're in good hands, and we don't even need your help anymore.
Are you sure that's safe? This isn't a country that's known to be kind towards tourists. I would be more wary of people like that. It might seem like a genuine offer to help, but you never know what they're really thinking.
Oh, why can't you just be more accepting of people's kindness? You act as if everyone is out to get you or something. And I bet you're just saying that, so we'll go back to get you. Are you really that cunning of a person? But don't worry, we have no intention of going back, no matter how uneasy you try and make us.
That's not what I'm trying to do. I just want to warn you about the dangers of letting down your guard in a foreign country. It's really none of your business how we decide to spend our time here. Whether you're really looking out for our well-being, or you're just trying to trick us into going back for you, you're in no position to tell us what to do. By the way, I'm going to have Alan divorce you as soon as you get back to the States. Oh, wait. That's only if you're able to get back home safely. Who knows if that's even a possibility since you have no money or means of getting around. And just so you know, this is something that I've already discussed with Alan, and he's in complete agreement. Well, even if you do make it back home, you're not gonna have a place to live. Alan and I also decided that you will be kicked out of the house that we used to share. It's quite the shame, but you're just doomed either way. What do you mean? Because of all the renovations we did to make the house more handicapped accessible, it lets me get around very easily as well. There's many improvements that are very helpful for someone my age as well, so it's a very comfortable living arrangement for me. I guess that's one good thing that came out of you being handicapped. How dare you say such a thing? You really have a lot to say for someone with such limited mobility. It's not like you can do anything about it, so you should just keep quiet. Anyways, I can hear Alan and our new translator calling for me, so I'll be going now. I can't wait to see where this gentleman will be taking us next. Linda, wait! You have to reconsider your situation. This is your first time in this country and you don't even speak the language. It's not smart or safe to just accept the offer of some random person. You don't even know who they are. You have to keep in mind that you're a complete outsider here. Yes, don't be such a worrywart. I'll be careful if that's what you want, okay? No! You have to listen to what I have to say. I get it, okay? I'm not gonna reply to you anymore, so don't even bother sending any more messages. Linda! Wait! Fine. That's it then. If this is the way you're going to be, then I have an idea of my own. Don't tell me that I didn't warn you, though, because you brought this onto yourself.
Sophia! Hey, Sophia! You can't just ignore me like this! Why aren't you answering me? You didn't block me, did you?
Jeez. What do you want?
Sophia! Finally! What the heck is going on?
Let me guess. You just got back home?
That's right. I'm in front of our house right now, but there seems to be a problem. It doesn't make sense. Why can't I get inside? What did you do?
Of course you can't get in. I put the house up for sale, so obviously you won't be able to get inside anymore.
What? You sold our house?
Yep. And I can't believe how quickly I was able to find a buyer.
Why would you do such a thing? Where are we supposed to live now? How could you be so selfish and do something like this without my permission?
This is nowhere near selfish compared to what you and your mother did to me. Remember how you and your mother tricked me into going on vacation with you? Just so you can leave me stranded abroad? Saying that me being in a wheelchair would prevent you from enjoying your vacation, since it would be an inconvenience to accommodate my disability? Now, that's pretty selfish if you ask me. Especially knowing that I would have a hard time getting around in my wheelchair, too.
Huh? Wait. I don't believe this. Did you actually make it back home? On your own?
Absolutely. You just realized this now. I got back home just 2 days after you left me stranded.
But that's impossible. How did you even manage that?
Well, it wasn't that difficult, to be honest. It seems like you've completely forgotten this, but I'm sure that I've told you before. But I lived in France for about 3 years when I was in college, for a study abroad program. Does this ring any sort of bell?
I guess you mentioned something like that before, but it was a long time ago, so I don't really remember the details.
Anyways, I still stay in touch with some close friends I made during that time, one of whom happened to live just 1 hour away from where you left me. She was kind enough to come pick me up, and she was the one who helped me get everything together so I could come back home. Fortunately, I had at least my phone and credit card on me, so it wasn't too hard to make all the arrangements.
I don't believe this. How can that even be possible?
And what else was it that you wanted to know? Oh, that's right. You were asking about how I sold the house.
Yeah, exactly. That's the #1 priority right now. How could you do such a stupid thing without even asking for my permission? I'm the head of this household, so I should have at least had a say in this.
Are you kidding? Do you really think that you're the head of this household?
Of course. There's no question about that. My mom really likes that house. With all the barrier-free renovations, it was really the perfect layout for her since she's getting older now. You have no idea the trouble we had after we last spoke. That so-called kind local who offered to show us around ended up walking away with all of our stuff. We were left only with what we had on ourselves.
Oh my, I had no idea. That must have been such a traumatic experience for you both.
Anyways, we finally made it back home and we're looking forward to just winding down after everything that happened. So imagine our surprise when we couldn't even get into the house. This is just unbelievable. You're crazy.
By the way, you're forgetting a very important piece of information. Because the deed for this house is under my name. Don't you remember?
What? I thought that the deed was under my name and that this house belonged to me.
Don't be silly. Why would you even think that? This house belonged to my parents in the first place. It's where I grew up. Since my parents decided that they wanted to settle down in the countryside after their retirement, I inherited this house instead. And besides, I was the one who paid for all the renovations that were done to make this house more wheelchair accessible. So any way you look at it, this house belongs to me and only me. Why did you think that I would change the name on the deed in the first place? That would have absolutely no merit to me.
I know that. But I live there too, so you could have at least discussed it with me before you went ahead and sold our house behind my back.
Oh, really? Coming from someone who decided on our divorce without so much as any kind of courtesy, your accusation hardly carries any weight at all.
This is more urgent, though. We have nowhere to live right now.
You have nothing to worry about since I've already made some arrangements for you. Patricia's already said that she'd be more than happy to help me.
What? Patricia, my sister? You're kidding, right?
Nope, I'm dead serious. I've already packed up all of your things, too. Your sister agreed to hold on to everything at her house, so I'm having everything shipped there, okay?
What? Wait.
She's going to let you and your mother stay with her temporarily, so you see? There's no need to worry about finding a place to live. Anyways, you and your mother should head over there directly.
There's no way we can stay with my sister. Don't you have any idea who she is?
I know exactly who she is, and I really appreciate her kindness. I don't know what I would have done if it weren't for her help. You're so lucky to have such a thoughtful sister.
You're just kidding, right? I can't stay with her. This can't be happening for real.
Sophia! How could you? What kind of punishment is this? I just finished talking to Alan and now I have to deal with you? You have no idea the kind of trouble we were involved in after we separated. Oh, Alan did mention something like that about someone walking off with all of your belongings. Was it the so-called kind gentleman that you found? The one that was supposed to act as your translator and take you around the city? That's right. He was, in fact, very kind in the beginning, taking us to some of the lesser-known sightseeing spots and recommending the best places to shop and eat. But I guess I let my guard down too quickly and trusted that he was as honest as he appeared to be. Anyways, he offered to hold on to my bags while I went to the restroom, but that turned out to be a huge mistake. When I came out, he was nowhere to be found. And of course, all of my belongings were gone with him as well. That's exactly what I was trying to warn you about. I told you that it was a bad idea to accept the help of a stranger, especially while you're on vacation in a foreign country for the first time. this is what you get for not taking my advice seriously. But he was so good looking, and I just couldn't say no to such a handsome face. You just went by his looks? You should really be ashamed of yourself. What would your late husband say if he knew you were acting like this? That's not important right now. What about our house? Oh, that's right. You can just look over the previous text messages between Alan and I. I really don't feel like discussing the same matter over again with you. It would be a waste of time. A waste of time? Who do you think you are, talking to me like that? You should be respectful towards me. I'm your mother-in-law. Really? Because the last time we spoke, you were pretty determined about having Alan divorce me right away. And if that's how you're going to be, I no longer feel any obligation to hold anything back, and I'll be very frank with you about what I think. Oh wait, I actually saved you the trouble of starting the divorce process. In fact, it's already been finalized. Huh? What do you mean? I haven't even had the opportunity to talk to Alan about any of this yet. As you know, I got back home about a week before you and Alan. And when I went to check our mailbox, you can just imagine my surprise when I found the divorce papers already signed by Alan himself, along with the rest of the mail. It turns out that he was having an affair, and it was actually his lover who sent the divorce papers, along with a letter detailing their relationship. He's too much of a coward to confront me himself. She was also kind enough to include the video footage of Alan while he was actually signing the papers, so it's no mistake either. And I just took that opportunity to sign the papers myself and submit them to court. Wait, I don't understand. Are you really sure that Alan was having an affair? It just seems so unlike him. I'm quite certain of it. In fact, his lover is confident that she would make a much better wife for him than me. She stated as such in her letter. And she demanded that I move out of this house because I have no right to be here. Which is quite funny because the house in question, legally, belongs to me. So I wrote her back that this house was actually passed down to me from my parents. And also that the man she claims to be the perfect match for will come with an evil and controlling mother on the side. One that talked him into leaving his handicapped wife stranded in a foreign country. She obviously had no idea about any of this, so her response was as expected. She's going to leave Alan right away. I demanded compensation from her, which she willingly paid in full, and I haven't heard from her since. Who knows where she is right now? What? You did all of this while Alan and I were still abroad? Yes. Well, to lay things out clearly, this is what happened. Although it was a shock at first when I realized that you and Alan had left me behind, it gave me the chance to look at the situation more objectively. While the two of you were dealing with your own situation in France, I was doing my own investigation and discovered quite a few surprising truths. But I knew that this was the perfect chance to settle these matters, so I decided to take action right away, so that everything will be done by the time you and Alan returned home. And here we are right now. This can't be happening. The only thing that's left is to demand compensation from Alan himself. And I've already explained to my lawyer that he will be staying with his sister for the time being, so he should expect to visit there soon. What? So he should just stay put there patiently until my lawyer gets in touch with him. No, wait. This is all a joke, right? Staying with Patricia is just out of the question. I had a feeling that you would try and get out of going to Patricia's, so I took some measures ahead of time. If I'm not mistaken, Patricia should be approaching you from behind right about now. What? It looks like the timing was perfect. As you can see, I asked her to come get the two of you, so you wouldn't try and get away this time. You might be wondering why Alan and his mother were so uneager to stay with Patricia. But it might have to do with the fact that she used to be the former leader of a well-known female gang. And although she no longer has any dealings with that kind of lifestyle anymore, they know what she's capable of, so they're still very cautious around her. For as long as I've known her, she's never shown her mean side, and is always very gentle and kind in her manner. But I know that she has a strong sense of justice, and hates when people are disloyal. And from what I've heard, it's best not to get on her wrong side, because she can be very intimidating when she is angry. Even as a mother of two now, people who know her well can tell you that she hasn't completely let go of her formal lifestyle. She just does a good job of keeping it under wraps. Patricia moved in with her husband's family when she got married, so she now lives a 2-hour drive from us. Since she's too far away to visit on a regular basis, Alan and his mother probably thought that they could get away with insulting me all the time. But unfortunately, what they didn't consider was the fact that Patricia and I were in fact quite close to one another. This small miscalculation was what led to their complete downfall. After I told Patricia about how they left me stranded during our vacation, and about Alan's affair, she told me to just leave the rest to her. Shortly after, I received the compensation payment from Alan in full, which was quite a surprise. I have no idea how he managed that kind of payment, and I never bothered to ask for the details. But apparently, one of Patricia's acquaintances hired him to work in one of his factories overseas, so I'm assuming that he's not even in this country anymore. And under strict supervision, he's being re-educated into hopefully a more proper man. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to see more content.